something that's happening live to you right now. There are about a dozen lawmakers, Democrats, attempting to get a meeting with the acting education secretary. This comes as President Trump has said the Department of Education might be something where Secretary McMahon, if she's confirmed, would get herself out of a job. And also you had the former Secretary of Education, Betsy DeVos, writing yesterday in the Free Press. She thinks the Department of Education should be eliminated. This is one of those things where they're probably not going to get access to this building, but the Democrats are flummoxed as to how to deal with this, Shannon.
Yeah, Dana, I think you're right. We see them showing up and protesting outside of a number of buildings, or actually, as we saw on Capitol Hill yesterday, I think it was, actually forcing themselves and their way into a meeting that they wanted to be a part of. And I think right now they feel like chaos is the strategy. I think that was the line that was in Playbook maybe this morning, talking about the fact that they know that they're going to be overwhelmed with all of these actions, all the things that they, are trying to get a hold of. They're showing up. We've seen protests. We've seen we're at war. We've seen them say, take this to the streets. It does feel like the Democrats are kind of back on their heels trying to get control of the messaging, much less the substance of all these different things that are happening, Dana.
And I think the one congressman I can make out there is taking the photograph right now. I believe that's Maxwell Frost, and they're talking to a security guard. So let me just turn it back over to Sandra to ask you another question as we watch these Democrats who, I guess it's performative art in a way, Sandra, to try to make a point.
Absolutely. You notice the camera's up and you're noting Maxwell Frost, the congressman from Florida, in the picture there. Apparently this is a security guard. But Shannon, obviously this is just further signs of what is to come. I spoke with Caroline Leavitt, the press secretary, yesterday and asked her about the president's intentions with the Department of Education. They're not detailing exactly where they're going with this, but there has been a lot of talk about dismantling it altogether or reworking it, but we just don't know. And that uncertainty leads to a lot of this.
It does. And conservatives have been talking about this for a long time, that they feel like states are much better equipped to handle the education system. It's closer to the parents, it's closer to the people that are directly involved, the students as well. So it's one of those agencies that has been targeted by conservatives to say this doesn't need to be this federal behemoth that has all of this money when states and localities and local school districts know much more about what their students need. They are much more accountable to the parents who show up at these meetings, which we've seen the last few years, to demand answers and accountability for their kids. So not surprising that there would be this conversation about taking this away from the federal level and sending it back to local and state. But I think ideally for conservatives, they want it as local as possible. And that means a threat to the federal agency that now exists.
Shannon, let's try to see if we can hear anything going on.
On your own behalf, were you told to come out here and block members of Congress?
They know that we are here. Max, ask the question again. That's important.
Were you told, are you making this decision to stand in front of this door on your own behalf, on behalf of the Department of Education, or were you told to come out here and block members of Congress and ride the desk?
Doing my job.
So everybody's
what is that?
We're doing our jobs.
We're trying to save your
It's a non-responsive.
Show them your ID. Were you told to stand here, or did you decide to stand here and block members of Congress from entering the Department of Education?
Look at the IQ of the Democrats. Listen to how they talk to this guy, and listen to how this leather-faced, old, ancient, 9 toes in the grave, and the 10th one on a banana peel, Maxine Waters out there running her mouth. I can't stand it. She's such a mammy. She get on my nerve. I mean, all she do is run her mouth and try to control people and bully people with sign language. Just like Kevin Sanders must have thought that up specifically for her. There's always shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right dealing with this woman. Every time she run her mouth, she just makes me sick. She's such an embarrassment.
Federal building.
She's a security rules.
We're allowed in there.
So a private security contractor
Do you know who members of Congress are?
Members of
Sure, we're all
Congress
members of Congress.
Maybe you doesn't understand. Do you
A private
understand who
security
members of Congress are?
is making the decision to block members of
They don't even know who this man is. They're sitting here talking about he a private security. They don't know who this man is.
Congress from a public access entrance.
I don't think he knows.
You have the authority
what
as a
Congress
private
is,
security
but what we did.
contractor to block members of Congress. That has been knighted and granted to you.
You have to at least.
That's exactly who he was hired to keep out. All of you crooks and criminals. Good job.
Let us go to the desk.
Yeah.
Sending the goons out.
Oh my, look at that.
Who told you to do this? Open the door.
So do you understand who members of Congress are?
And you don't
Who
care.
are we then?
You don't care.
We have a job to do.
We're not dangerous people. We're not, I don't know, we're members security. There are no thieves and thugs out here. We're members of Congress.
The irony. She said that there are not thugs or thieves, they are members of Congress. I'm going to do a show specifically on some statistics that I was reading on Congress and all the members of Congress. You got more criminals, crooks, rapists, molesters, sex aides, all that up in Congress. Trust me. All that stuff been floating through there. Drug usage, misappropriation, fraud, everything. I'm gonna get the receipts for you, so you ain't gotta worry about it. I'm gonna let the receipts show for itself. But I just thought it'd be kind of funny for them to say that they're not no thugs or thieves or nothing. They're members of Congress, and they're members of Congress is the reason why this country is screwed up.
Parents, we're teachers.
Teaching what?
There's our ID right there.
We teach because we come in 40th place. We come in 40th place out of 40 places. And the only thing we lead in is the cost per pupil. All these teachers do is get this money and they don't do their job. Okay, I got 2 daughters went through school. I went through school. I used to teach. These women are lazy as hell. They're not there to teach your kids. So they can cut that out. They've been stopped having an interest in teaching your kids. Okay, I had a real teacher. I don't even know if she's still living, but Miss Otis from Raymond Elementary, hats off to you, baby. You made a difference in my life. I would never forget you.
We're elected to do this.
This is our job.
I've never seen one of
This is
those.
our job. We're doing our job.
Oh wow.
You're securing this building against who?
Members of
Against
Congress.
you.
Who are you
The people.
protecting in this?
Against members of the people's
So
house
this is the
represent the
beginning of
people.
full transparency of this administration.
That's right.
The administration that talked about they're going to open the doors to all of these things and show the American public what is.
Picture this. Imagine a Democrat talking about transparency. Are they talking about the presidency we just had? Transparency. You couldn't get Kamala Harris to answer one question. You couldn't get Joe Biden to answer one question. Once he delivered his speech to you, or he talked at you, once he finished saying what he would say, he just walked straight off the stage. He be like, F you. He walked straight off the stage. He don't care nothing about you. Kamala Harris, same thing. Word salad you to death. You asked her a direct question. She wanted to tell you about her mother growing up over top of some shack and had a business and all this other stuff, and some lady helping save them and all this. We don't hear about none of that. People in this country are dealing with serious issues, and they don't want to hear about you, about your all-American life story. We don't want to hear about that. Okay? But it's just crazy. The irony here is just so crazy. It's just, it's ridiculous.
Is going on. They won't even open the door to this building,
That's
to
right.
members of Congress.
Or
We
anyone.
are not posing any threat here.
Right.
No, we are not dangerous people. We have not
They
done
won't even
anything.
let us
We're
talk to
trying
the
to
Department of
request
Education
a meeting, and they won't. They have a private
Okay.
security contractor.
I'm gonna request your meetings by phone or email or some other means. You don't need to come there in no whole mob to request no meeting. You know, you sort of look at insurrectionist to me. You know, you kind of look at kind of insurrectionist.
Who on his
Girl,
own
you-
is making decisions on behalf of the Department of Education.
So,
are members
so
of
Congressman
Congress.
Hayes,
At the
what you're saying is they're
all-access
not,
entrance.
they allow billionaires and his minions to come in
I don't
to
know
this
who
building.
he is. I don't know who he is, but I know who I
They
am.
allow,
And I'm a
You know, first of all, let me set the record straight on a couple things. So in case you people don't know this, let me explain something to you. Elon Musk is not even getting a salary for this. Elon Musk is donating his time and he's financing, he's bankrolling this whole thing out of his pocket, paying these people to come in here and do this. They're part of his team. He's not getting paid for this. And neither is Trump. His first presidency, Trump did not accept the salary. He said he considered that as public service. It's his civil service to the country. And even this term right here, Trump is still not accepting the salary. That man turning down 400 bands a year as president to serve his country. Biden took the salary. Obama took the salary. Clinton took the salary. The Bushes took the salary. Everybody took the salary. Trump, the only one, has not taken the salary, period. He getting shot at. They railroad him in the courts. They trying to besmirch this man's reputation. Only thing this man is met with all the time is BS. Every time you turn. And it's from uninformed people who don't know what they're talking about and don't know what's going on. They don't study policy. They just all in their feelings and all in their emotions, worrying about how they feel about some stuff. But they're not really worried about what really makes a difference. All these hollow, symbolic victories that don't move the needle nowhere. And you got to stop that. It's time to get results. Everybody else getting results. And we the only one not getting results. Okay? And every time I try to tell somebody about trying to, you got to change your ways, change your mindset, we're on the wrong road, I get met with constant recalcitrance every time. Every time it's opposition at every turn. But we're going to get back to this because I'm about to get a good laugh in this because these Democrats are real goddamn funny. All the damage they've done, all the lying and scheming and stealing they've done, and they got the nerve to stand there and tell somebody that they not no thief or no criminal or no thug.
A member of Congress with oversight responsibilities trying to request a meeting, and a private security contractor is not allowing me to enter the building.
They allow billionaires to go in this building, but not the people's representatives. They allow billionaires and their cronies to go in, but not. There's a lack of transparency here. The members of Congress, the people's representatives, are not allowed in. This is not transparent.
Well, there's plenty of transparency. Every day or every other day, Elon is delivering results, and he's telling everybody exactly what he's finding. He's not holding back nothing. So you can stop that no transparency stuff. You're just kicking and screaming and having a tantrum because Trump is tearing down all of y'all BS. He is gutting out the deep state. He is getting rid of all you money wasting bureaucrats that's been stealing forever and ever and ever with all these billions of dollars of slush fund. For real, basically, I mean, if the government has billions and billions of dollars left over in slush funds that Trump is finding, and they spending almost $1 trillion in just wasteful crap all over the globe, but they telling you that you can't keep the school open in your district because they don't have the money, what kind of crap is that? They telling you that they can't provide certain services for you. Let me tell you something. With the money they got left over, it shouldn't be no need to have no type of suspension work done on their car. You shouldn't be able to find a pothole nowhere. You shouldn't be able to find a burnt out light nowhere. It shouldn't be crime and spiking nowhere. It's enough money coming through to have resources to do all the stuff that's needed to make this country safe and run smooth. But these are the people right here. Look at these people. These are the people that's stealing your money. And if you're smart, you'll start watching and seeing what's unfolding and seeing where your tax money going. Because they're giving $20 million, $40, $50 million to the Taliban for rubbers. Shit, you can get rubbers free at the clinic. Okay? You don't even pay for no rubbers no more. I would never pay for a rubber. I start right by the clinic, go in there and get a whole 2 handfuls and stick them in my pocket and say, have a good day. I'm paying for no rubbers. You get rubbers for free. So why you gonna give 20? And who in the world told them that they can spend our money on some stupid stuff like that? LGBT comic books and Peru and all this other stuff. Look, that's foolishness. You got people in North Carolina still don't have nowhere to go. You got people in California still burned out. And they wasting our money on all these immigrants. I mean, not immigrants. Let me take that back because I hate when they use that word immigrant because these people are not immigrants. They are different. Words have definitions. Immigrant is someone who goes through the process and they come here legally and they do it the right way and they assimilate properly. These are illegal aliens. Okay? These people are illegal entry and they are foreign to our land, which is an alien. They are illegal aliens and they have nothing more until they go out the country and come back and do it the right way because it's not fair for the people who was in line before them that spent X amount of dollars and cutting through a whole bunch of bureaucracy and red tape and was patient, waiting in line and doing and following the laws and doing what they're supposed to do to get over here. And then somebody's gonna come waltz through the gate like they George Jefferson and shit, Weezy, and then come and just take over. And they taking your tax dollars. Look, Elon has uncovered that these people was giving money to illegal aliens to buy cars, homes, give them seed money to start businesses. And half of you can't even pay your bills. A lot of people out here would love to start a business. They would love to have a jump start and say, hey, look, here's 50 grand, go start a business and here's how you pay it back or whatever. They just hand them people your tax dollars and put them and set them up in your neighborhoods and right around where you live. And you can't even get money to get a corner store. You can't get money to start a paper route. But they giving your money away to people who ain't even supposed to be here. Man, look, man, y'all better cut this bullshit crap out, man.
They're locking our kids out.
Yeah.
Well, not only are they not letting us in, now they've called the Department of Homeland Security. We are
Good.
members of Congress here to talk
Good, get them out of
to the
there.
Department of Education, and they're treating
The
us.
kids deserve to have us
Yes,
go in and fight for
absolutely.
them.
This is appalling.
Children
ain't got nothing to do with no
deserve
kids, man.
that battle.
This is a
Look,
public institution.
This ain't got nothing to do with no kids. Department of Education is a nothing but a slush fund and a way to make people miserable. They need to give it back to the states, like Trump said. Back when I was a kid, the states had all this control over the schools, basically. Okay, I'm trying to think when they came through. I think they came through under Carter. I think I'll look it back up, but it's not that old. And it was done by executive order, so it can be dismantled by executive order. So I don't know what these people are having a meltdown for. And look at Maxine Waters. Look on her face. You know this woman ain't nothing but a two-bit swindling thief. I heard about her a long time ago. Her daughter, she funneled some millions of dollars to her daughter, and they swept that up under the carpet.
Institution.
This is not Russia.
Let the camera see him. Let the camera see him. This man here.
We are members of Congress.
Come in.
Look at her. She ain't nothing but a bully. She tried to bully her way through everything. Every time you turn around, she got her face, this leather face, with this pole cat sitting on top of her head, and all this old clown makeup on, look like she belong in a circus somewhere. She need to go sit down somewhere. She's too damn old to even be out there in the first place. You should have been retired 20-some years ago. You know why she won't retire? Because she's crooked. She's stealing. And the money too good. She can't walk away from it. That's why she's still doing what she's doing. She's not there making no difference. Have you seen her district? Her district ain't nothing but dope fiends, crime, and misery. She does nothing for her district, nothing. And she got the nerve to be running around here, running her mouth, talk, man, look. Put Leatherface back on blast. Let her make herself look stupid.
They're blocking
I want you to
us.
see this man here, who is a federal employee. He told us. No, he's not.
And dude ain't fazed by none of this stuff. He like, look, when y'all gonna finally get the message and get the hell out of here, because I got stuff to do.
Are you a federal employee?
No.
Huh?
Yes.
No, he said he's a federal employee. We pay him. We raise money to make sure that we have a Department of Education. Everybody that's hired at the Department of Education are here because we pay for them to be here. He's standing here today.
Well, not no we, the taxpayer. Not no we as in you and the people there, the taxpayer. And the taxpayer has spoken November the 5th, Leatherface. We said we tired of the corruption. We said we tired of the BS. We said we tired of old leather faces like you stealing and stealing and stealing. It's got to stop. And I hope they find some stuff. That's probably why they're up there trying to gate some information and trying to destroy some stuff before somebody find it. No, lock them out and commit and conduct the audit and let the chips fall as they may. That's what you do.
Blocking the door, and he can't give us a good reason why he's blocking this door.
Make sure they see right here, all access entrance.
Well, and I think it should be clear to parents in the United States, if you want to advocate on behalf of your children, you are not allowed to.
Look at this nut right here. Look at her. Who is taking this goof serious right here? Straight up. Shorty, for real, you need to go somewhere and sit down somewhere. And you know, goofy people like you been having a voice to dictate stuff too long. That's the problem. That's why stuff is pulled too far to the left as it is now, because people like you have been controlling stuff too long. It's time to get you up out of there.
To come into this building.
The kids ain't learning nothing. You got high school graduates are reading and doing math on 4th grade level. So why don't you go and try to do your job, lady?
Where you pay taxes, parents who have children who are disabled, access is being blocked. You voted for members of Congress.
What the hell does disabled children got to do with you getting in the building? Nothing. Shame, blame, and explain. That's all you trying to do. You're trying to create an edge for yourself to try to get a passageway. So you're like, well, okay, I guess you're right. I am doing the wrong thing. I guess I'll just let you in anyway. No. Dude standing on business. And look, y'all see through that window right there? You see through that door right there? Do you know why the people have have not been more aggressive with this guy? See, I've seen the video before and I spotted that a long time ago. That's why they're not being aggressive with this guy. If that police, that Homeland Security wasn't standing there, all them DHS police wasn't standing in the background inside that door right there, look at that Bama right there. He looking there like, nah, man. I don't know. We're going to have to play ball with this one, because if we try to go through there, he eyeballing that cop, and that cop give him the eyeball back like, yeah, don't try it. Don't try to rush the door. I'm telling you, y'all going to jail today. You can tell from body language. They ain't got to say nothing. I can tell from the look on his face. Look at him. He looking straight in there at them police like, I don't know. I don't know. If the police weren't here, we might have rushed this one little guy right here. And look at her. She's trying to do shame, blame, and explain, because she been spot the police. He done already scoped it and dropped a dime in her ear a long time ago. Like, nah, look at the police in there, shawty. Now, we ain't going to pull this one off. We're going to have to try to shame, blame, and explain. We're going to have to try to throw our weight around. We're going to have to try to bully our way in here. Not happening.
To advocate on behalf of your children with disabilities, for young women who have been victims of sexual assault.
And look, they ready. Look, that dude just postured up. As soon as that dude kind of like took a step forward and kind of turned and looked back, that cop kind of postured up like, all right, try it. Try it. We waiting for you. When you come through this door, we gonna lock all y'all up. Yeah, they ain't
in
stupid.
our classrooms, on our school grounds, members of OCR are fighting for your children. We are not allowed in the building to talk to them. We are not allowed to advocate on behalf of America's children. America, we have a problem.
Now, everybody stand back.
All right, so this is the Department of Education. You've got members of Congress from the Democratic side of the aisle trying to get in the building. You have a security guard who never wanted to be on television today, basically doing his job and denying them access. It is interesting that Fox News is the only one covering this live, and apparently this is what the Democrats want, right? They want to be on television. That's Maxine Waters complaining, Sandra, that they can't get in the building. And then you had other members of Congress saying that if you want to get in and fight for your children, you're not allowed. But we had some news this week that would make it sound like that's a little bit too late, guys.
Our nation's report card was shocking. The report card showed 7 out of 10 fourth graders are not proficient readers, Dana, a number that has worsened since the last report card in 2022. Worse than numbers haven't improved in 3 decades. We're seeing the same thing for the middle schoolers at the 8th grade level. Less than a third of American students enter high school with the reading and comprehension skills that they need.
You hear that? You hear that? Did you see those statistics? Hold on one second. You see the statistics right here? These kids' education is non-existent at this point. All these people doing is showing up and just stealing the taxpayer
enter
money.
high school with the reading and comprehension skills that they need at that point in their lives. I mean, you talk about not getting access to the building, you're hearing from these folks, to go advocate for the kids. Well, what have they done lately, right? That report card has not...
You heard what Janet Jackson said? You used to do something for these students, but what have you done for them lately?
Improved. In fact, our nation's report card has worsened. There's a huge problem at the public school with the public school system in this country, and it has been failing our nation's children.
Shannon, let's bring you in as Maxine Waters continues to berate the security guard.
Yeah, and listen, this is a great optic for Democrats who will want to use this and go out. You're going to see this stuff everywhere, probably. They've already got their teams rolling on it. And certainly this is what you do in Washington. There's the messaging and the optics of this, too. But I would point back to how many GOP lawmakers just earlier this week, Senator Joni Ernst said every time she tried to get answers from USAID, and I'm not saying she showed up physically, she may have, but every time that members of Congress try to get information from a federal agency, there can be an issue. She talked about that. Talked to Senator Chuck Grassley, who has sent subpoenas and requests for information all over to federal agencies, to the DOJ, to all kinds of places, only to be told basically talk to the hand and not get the information. So this is a physical showing up and not getting to where you want to go, but you may get the optics that you want. But Republican members on the Hill will tell you many, many times they've tried to get information from federal agencies, maybe not in a physical sense, but very much in a way that they claim they also have access to information and have been told, no, you're not getting it, or met with silence.
Wow. Yeah, we put the report card on the screen. You see the red arrows. That is the decline in the
Well, ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
Performance of our nation's children in math and reading in grades 4 and 8. But you obviously are looking at Democrats as part of this agenda that has been laid out, trying to obstruct. We don't know what the exact plans are, right, Shannon? The White House has still not been clear where they are going to go with this, but they are certainly highlighting this as a serious problem in this country. We don't know exactly what is happening here. We're not told exactly why this person's not letting them into the building, but certainly he said, we heard him say a moment ago, he's doing his job, so he's been asked to do this. But Shannon, maybe we'll get some clarity soon on this.
Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting to me if they did go into the building, what would happen next? I mean, I think that they want to make a protest. They want to ask questions about what's going to happen, but I'm not sure what would be accomplished if they did go inside. There's not a confirmed Department of Education secretary. As you said, we don't know what the policy is going to be moving forward, but we know there's serious questions about how the department is functioning, what it's been focusing on, where it's been spending its money, and what that says in contrast to...
They sure ain't been spending money on your kids. They sure ain't been spending money. Now think about it. Think about it, people. When you was in school, because I remember, think about the condition of your books. Think about the availability of the books. Now, when I came through, we had books. I'm not going to cap and say we didn't have the books. We had books. But I did kind of see in certain, as time progressed on from elementary school to junior high school to high school, the book thing started getting kind of, sketchy, And I've noticed throughout from the 70s all the way through to when I left school in when I left school, the 90s? No, not the 90s, the 80s. I'm sorry, the 80s. The 80s. I noticed that from that point, I noticed how the quality started dying off. Then when I started tutoring, I started noticing like the school system, how it started kind of tapering off, and the teachers really didn't care. They wasn't really dialed in like they used to be. They wasn't really engaged with the kids. But I'm gonna tell you what really screwed it up. But I'm gonna tell you, Black people celebrated this, but this was really a downfall, and you really should have fought against it. No Child Left Behind. That was the worst thing ever. I'm like this: if you ain't learning, if you got to stay back, stay back. That's just what it is. Stay back. Learn information. Because just pushing somebody through, that's not going to do anything for them. That's why you got grown people out here right now that can't even conjugate a verb. You got grown people now, you could text with them. And the punctuation, the run-on sentences, the capitalization, just everything. It's just like all over the place. I mean, you can't even really put together the thought because there's so much, mishmush and run-on sentences, and you can't even really gather the thought. You have to really basically mentally insert the capitalizations and the at least the punctuations. The capitalizations, yeah, but at least the punctuations. That's very important because that separates a complete thought from a run-on sentence to a compound thought. It's a whole bunch of stuff to go into. But anyway, I mean, just the basic stuff, commas and periods. It's non-existent. They took out cursive. I mean, they systematically just destroyed the system. When I was coming through school, they still had home ec. The girls still learned how to sew and iron and cook and stuff like that. I remember one wing of the school smelled so good. I go over there, smell like cake, and I used to try over there to get cupcakes, and I used to try to go over there and get a cupcake and all that other stuff, man. Now, these girls leave school, all they know how to do is put on lashes and twerk. They are of no use to any man that's trying to build anything of any type of substance. You can't take them nowhere. They're uncouth, unpolished, loud, unrefined, no class. You can't take them nowhere. They dress like strippers, but they think they're dressing with class. You dress like a stripper and a streetwalker. That's how prostitutes used to dress back in the day. We used to ride up through 14th and K back in the day, 14th Street, 14th and K, 14th and L, up by the Circle, all down L Street and all that, where the hoes used to go, 10th Street and all that. All down 7th Street at some point in time. I think at one point in time, I think the hoes did kind of make it over to at least 9th Street at some point in time. But, man, that's what they wore. The stuff that the women are wearing now. Streetwalker gear. You got women out here that think that they work in serious government positions, mayors and stuff like that, and senators and Congress people, and they dress like hoes. Straight up. Look at Jasmine Crockett. She looked like a straight up stripper. The club the strip club I used to bounce at, she looked just like one of them strippers in there. Straight up. Jasmine Crockett, when I looked at her, when I first saw the broad and I first realized, before I knew who she was, when I first saw her, I was like, maybe this old thought right here, And that happened and somebody was like, wait a minute, this woman work? This woman is a congresswoman? Man, you got to be kidding me, man. This woman got a pole cat sitting on top of her head. She got about 10 pounds of makeup, 50-pound lashes. She looked like a buffoon. All these women with all this old crap on their face. Come on, man. Y'all need to cut it out. Cut it out. That glue and stuff that y'all use and that pole cat sitting on top of your head and all that makeup. I'm going to tell you, that makeup, y'all need to do, you know what? I said, I just reminded myself, I was going to do a show on makeup because the chemicals in that stuff and the stuff that's in makeup, that stuff ain't doing nothing but destroying you, shawty. And then you put it on your skin. What you think happens to something that sits on your skin for extended periods of time? It gets into it seeps into your body. It gets into your bloodstream. All them chemicals just running. That's why y'all malfunctioning right now. On top of the fact that you ain't never been really taught nothing. You grew up in a chaotic situation. Your mother was chaotic. Your grandma was chaotic. Your auntie was chaotic. All you grew up around was chaos. You never had a father around you to hug you and make you feel safe. You just grew up in chaos. That's all you know. And you think that you're dressing up to attract the man that you want, But the high value man or man you think you want, he don't want you. The dude, he don't want to come home to that. A man about means he want a woman that is a real nurturer and a real partner. Not nurture like treat him like he a baby. That's not nurturing. A woman nurturing a man looks totally different. But that's a whole different situation. And that's something your mama should have taught you. But we're going to move on with this and keep going on with these goofy Democrats. This about to end anyway. It's about to end.
How states and localities may be better equipped to handle it. At least that's the argument from conservatives.
Shannon Brame, thanks for hanging with us. Linda McMahon is President Trump's nominee to head the Department of Education. That confirmation hearing will take place next Thursday, February 13th. And I guess Maxine Waters is going to stay out there. We're going to take a quick break.
Yeah, message to all you Democrats. Message to all you Democrats. It's over. It's over. Y'all have fivefold, and that's just what it is. So now y'all did the fire part. Y'all did the fire part for the past 4 years. Now it's the four part come to you. Here come the four. It's a fire, and here come the four. All right? Don't say I didn't tell you so. Everybody that was, keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. Because bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when Trump come for you?